What's up, everybody? So today I'm going to be doing a trashy sounding gnarly bass that's going to sound like this. So that can be used in a number of ways. It's usually used in dubstep, can be used in drum and bass, but you know, it's 2015, you pick. Alright, the choice is yours. So we're going to start off by deactivating all this shit. And this is what the waveform sounds like by itself. Let's turn this off, turn this off, turn this off. So, by itself, it sounds like this. Stupid, right? It sounds like one of those preset pack basses that you get that's not fucking usable. We're going to start off with the Crude setting. So, make note of that. I have the wavetable position set there, intensity set there, and the amp set to about midnight. So the way that I'm doing this is with a performer patch. I don't want to use an LFO. I don't like, it's a little on the sloppy side. The performer patch seems to be a little more controlled. So that's what we're doing here. I have it set to 1/8. The amp mod is all the way up, crossfades all the way up, and this shit's just turned off. So we're only using this simple slope envelope, and it sounds like this. And you're getting that motion for through a couple things. It's set to the mix here, and it's set to the amp mod, so that's how it sounds like it's coming at you. You know, it's like going into your face. A lot of that is through the amp, and then the wavetable is also being manipulated by that performer. So we're gonna fuck with the waveform a little bit. I set the Unison to 8, and I turn all these fuckers on. And I noticed that an even number Unison has a better image spread. It's a little more even. It's not, you know, it's not misshapen, if that's how you want to say it. I set the performer to the wavetable position there, because that's also manipulating the waveform and giving me a really cool effect. But one thing I do want to do here is hit the restart via gate. Sorry. So it gives it more of a centered, dirty sound. That's with it on. This is with it off. So we're turning that on. Now we're getting somewhere. I want to add some sine square wave. Wavetable position there. It's on spectrum. By the way, I forgot to mention this is on bend plus or minus. Intensity all the way up. Amp to about 11 PM. We're turning that on for a reason. Alright, so it sounds a little more full, right? We washed it with some square wave. Now, what I want to do is add phase to oscillator number 2. Now remember, these are both set to -12. And these both being on -12 affects how the phase being +12 affects oscillator number 2. The phase being at +12 gives you this cool sound. Now see, that sounds stupid still, but you're starting to get that detuned metallic square sound that's in the middle of that metallic sound and Crude sound. We're going for like a metallic sound in general because it just sounds fucking awesome. So we're gonna hit the band reject filter on, which is also attached to the performer, and you're gonna set it to about between 2 and 3 PM. Hit the performer to about there. Bandwidth is almost at midnight. Resonance is at 11 PM. Sounds like this. Much better. With it off. Stupid. With it on. And it sounds kind of like, you know, yoy, but we'll get there. Turning on a sine shaper, setting it to about 11. This side's at about 2. Much, much better. And the final piece of the puzzle here is the reverb. Have the dry wet set there, the size set there, because that's what gives you the spacing. See what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. You can turn the resonance down a little bit. There we go, that's better. I don't use the dimension expander because that's the same thing as applying a short reverb. That's all it is. It's a short reverb or a short delay that gives you the impression of being in a certain space and size. But that's the same thing. It's a lot cleaner if you use a short reverb, so just know that in the future. And adding too much bullshit to your wavetable fucks with your stereo imaging. And what you want for a good mix from the ground up is good stereo imaging. If your source sound is as good as it possibly can be, you don't have to do anything afterwards, really. And it also, you know, it's a lot easier for EQing. It sounds better in your mix and everything sits better. So this is the sound with all that stuff on, including this EQ, which is just a little bit of low shelf boost. Not much there. The frequency set there and the high shelf is boosted a little bit to give you some of that sizzling high end. And this is what it sounds like all together. That's the sound. I'm going to send you the download link, and this is what it sounds like in this track specifically. So it's a pretty cool sound for that downbeat when you're trying to emphasize that first hit in between the bars, you know, keep people moving. It brings you back to that first hit. You can use it any way you want though, but that's what I do it for. And hopefully this was helpful in some way, shape, or form, and I didn't go too fast. But on top of it, the patch is available for download. You can reverse engineer or just use it, whatever you want. This is free for you, so have fun, guys.